Hello everyone, my name is Arantika. I'm here today with our very own Paul Newnham, CEO of SDG2 Advocacy Hub and also my boss. And we're just going to chat, we're going to get to know him, we're going to get to know SDG2. So change is very much needed for the world to become a better place, but it can sometimes feel quite overwhelming. So what are some things that we can do to help make change?
We can't do everything. There's a lot of change that needs to happen. But if everyone does something, I think we can drive forward. So it's pick one thing. I think learning, reading, educating yourself is one really important thing. The more we know, the more we understand the science, the more we can drive forward. I also think then it's about making a conscious choice around a change that you can do that's more positive for the environment. So you can think about health, we can think about how you add more plants to your plate, how you eat more diversity, using single-use plastic, you can try and remove that, and think about where your food comes from, read labels. So any of those simple things can really just help drive things forward.
A little bit of an idea of what they can do to sort of take that step forward and just feel like it's not all as impossible as it feels.
Yeah.
At the Hub, all the work we do is to drive food systems transformation for good food for all. But that comes with challenges. So what are some of those challenges that you face?
Yeah, there's lots of different challenges. Our food systems are not achieving affordable, healthy diets. And at the same time, they're contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. And so too many people at the heart of our food system, smallholder farmers, women, Indigenous communities, are living in poverty, and they're really struggling. And so for me, it's really important that we think about food insecurity, malnutrition, and we have to change that. So to do that, we need to think about how do we lift people out of poverty? How do we protect nature and the environment all together to actually achieve good food for all?
The SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, are set to be achieved by 2030. What do you think? Are we going to achieve that? What's next?
Yeah, look, it's a very ambitious challenge in front of us. The COVID pandemic, climate change, a lot of the other crises, conflicts that we're seeing in recent years are a terrible setback, to be honest. They have really challenged our ability to deliver because we're facing extra challenge. But we still have 5 years to go. And so for me, we need an all hands on deck approach. We need to see the political will, we need to get the leadership there, and we need to really make an effort to actually move quickly. We have seen when the world comes together, they can drive change. And so there is no reason for us to have an opinion or a posture of saying it's too late. Time is running out. There's an urgency to act at scale, and we need to actually really see that happen.
So you're often described as an ideas man, thought leader, positive disruptor, to say a few. What are some of the qualities that you really admire in other people or that you want to foster within yourself?
Yeah, I think for me, at the moment in the world that we're in, we're constantly facing challenge. So resilience, the ability to respond and to be able to adapt. We have to constantly be looking at plans changing and things moving. So resilience is one. Listening more and talking less. And so how do we listen and learn and hear? That's hard for me. I like to talk. So listening has been something that I really admire in people, active listening and how they demonstrate that.
Can you let us know who your food champion of the week is?
So Food Champion of the Week for this week is Global Citizen. Global Citizen is an international education and advocacy organization. It has millions of members around the world that work together to speak up, to use their voice, to put pressure on leaders. It was founded by a really good friend of mine, Hugh Evans, with Michael Sheldrick and Simon Moss, 3 guys from Australia. And when I started working, these guys were still in school, some of them. And so amazing to see how they've gone on to create this movement that generates millions of actions every year and really has seen significant contribution to really driving forward change. So they're my food champion of the week.